everyone. Bo Williams here in the WAT6 Near Side Newsroom. As we like to do each Friday, I want to get you up to date on what's going on traffic-wise around the area. We've got a lot going on in East Tennessee coming up this weekend. Everything from the Rod Run, you've got the race in Bristol, you've got, of course, the football game coming up this weekend between Tennessee and Georgia. We've got events downtown, you name it. Also, we've got some issues still with Newfound Gap Road. We're going to talk about that. We'll also take a look at some of the projects going on around the area so you know what to expect next week when you head out on the roadways. So we'll have that for you coming up, as well as take a look at gas prices, which is a new addition to what we like to do here, and let you know exactly how much you can expect to pay before you get ready to head out and you need to fill up at the gas pump. So first things first, let's talk football for a second. Of course, Tennessee, Georgia, set to kick off coming up this Saturday. Neyland Stadium. It's the first home SEC game. Huge crowds coming in for this one. Again, it's a 3:30 kickoff, which means it's going to start getting congested mid-morning at least downtown. You got ESPN in town as well. That's going to bring in more people coming in to watch game day. So again, plan accordingly. And to kind of go through everything, you can find this story, Game Day Traffic Changes Around Neyland Stadium, on our website. It'll kind of walk you through what to expect, the closures that will be happening as well on game day. We'll run through some of those for you real quick on Saturday. Before the game, starting at 5 in the morning, Peyton Manning Pass, Philip Fulmer Way from Cumberland Avenue to Lake Loudon Boulevard will be closed. Again, this is going to be to protect the fans during the Vol Walk. It's going to reduce some of the congestion around campus. Also, because so many people will be coming to Neyland, coming to the university to tailgate. This will obviously also improve safety, especially near some of the busiest areas, which are right there around Neyland Stadium. Now, you need to be aware of increased traffic downtown Knoxville as well. A lot of people parking in the garage will be making their way over to campus. Not a far walk, so really all of downtown is going to be busy come Saturday until the game is over, and then after that, obviously all the traffic heading out. So it's just going to be a day to be careful. If you're not heading to the game, give yourself extra time if you're trying to get downtown for something. Otherwise, if you're going to the game, really plan your route accordingly. I'm going to pull up the T-Dot Smartway map for you here. We're going to zoom in for a second. We'll come back to this later to talk about what's going on around the area. But right now, there's how things, if you know the area, Cumberland, always slow, especially on game day. Neyland Drive, different ways to come in. Alcoa Highway, Hindley, obviously coming down 640. 40 traffic, 81 traffic is going to be busy as well. And keep in mind, Bristol is this weekend also, so that's just going to be adding. You have people heading up toward the Tri-Cities. You got people coming toward Knoxville. So if you're watching us from out of town or you know somebody coming in, just make sure that they plan accordingly to make sure that they get here with as little problems as possible. But that's what's one of the many things coming up this weekend that's going to cause some traffic tie-ups for you, especially on the interstate. And we'll take a look at traffic this afternoon. You're going to have a lot of people coming in tonight because they want to get up early in the morning and start tailgating, get downtown, get to the campus, get everything set up for the game. So there will be a lot of traffic out on the interstates today. Just make note of that coming in on 40 as well as I-75 and I-81. So just something else to think about. But we'll take a look at that coming up here in just a little bit. Also, another area that we've been watching for you is the Rod Run is going on in Sevier County. So this is going to add even more traffic for you. It actually started yesterday. It's going to run through the end of the day tomorrow. But again, if you're traveling, say to Sevierville, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, maybe you're going to the football game and you're planning to stay in the mountains and then make your way over to Neyland, keep in mind the Rod Run is this weekend, okay? So that's just going to add more traffic to the parkway. That's also going to spill over to interstate traffic, people coming in. So not only people heading to downtown Knoxville, but you got people heading toward Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, Gatlinburg area for the Rod Run. Of course, that is hosted in Pigeon Forge, but you'll have people staying all across the area. The parkway will always be busy. That is for sure. So again, take a moment, look at other routes for you to try to get around some of the more heavier congested areas if you're going to be staying there in the Pigeon Forge area. But again, you got Rod Run coming up this weekend. And then something else we're watching for you, if you're heading through the mountains, of course, crews using boulders, tons of gravel right now, still working on Newfound Gap Road to make those repairs. And that is something that we've been following closely. They are making quite a bit of progress, and that is some good news for you. You can find that information on our website. Here's some of the video of how it looked after the rock slide. The crew's out there working right now as well. But Newfound Gap Road and the Great Smoky Mountains National Park still closed. This is, I want to say it was between mile markers 12 and 13 on the Tennessee side. set to reopen on or before the end of the month. So we'll continue to keep you posted on that, but that work continues as well. Want to go back to, we mentioned football. We've talked about the Rod Run. We've showed you what's going on with Newfound Gap Road. I want to see if I can bring back the T-Dot Smartway map here for just a second, and we're going to bring this back in here. Want to show you, we're going to head up this direction right now. A lot of you may be heading up to Bristol. And we're going to take a look at I-81. Keep in mind, you've got the race. You got a race tonight. You got an Xfinity Series race, which, by the way, you'll see right here on WATE at 7 o'clock. But you've also got the Cup guys. They'll be racing up there tomorrow night up in at Bristol at BMS. So there'll be a lot of traffic on I-81. Right now, everything looking okay up through there. No major problems for you, but we'll revisit that before we let you go here in just a little bit. But several areas that are going to be just seeing heavy congestion this weekend. And don't forget, this is the last weekend for the fair, also over at Chilhowie Park. So much happening this weekend. Football, you got the fair, you've got Bristol, we've got the Rod Run, you've got the work going on Newfound Gap Road. Plus, it's just the weekend. It's supposed to be nice weather. So it's going to be busy. If you are going to be heading out, definitely give yourself some extra time. But we'll take a look at some of these. Again, if we have time here at the end of our broadcast to kind of remind everybody to plan accordingly where you're going to be heading, regardless of where your final destination is. Give yourself some extra time as well. Don't be in a rush, and just be patient because there is going to be some serious traffic. All right, welcome back, everyone. Bo Williams here in the WAT 6 on Your Side newsroom. We are keeping you up to date on traffic. A lot going on around the area, and so just be prepared. Something I didn't mention earlier, and I do want to remind everybody, especially if you're heading downtown for the football game, the PED zone, the pedestrian zone, still ongoing. So if you're watching us from out of town and you're going to be coming in, basically they block off some of the roads there at Market Square, Crouch Park. It just opened it up for pedestrian traffic, right? So that it impacts a handful of roads. It's right in the downtown area, but that will be going on again this weekend as well. So keep that in mind. Of course, a lot of people like to congregate in that area, a lot of restaurants, shops before kickoff. But just kind of want to remind everybody that is just one more thing you'll have to think about as far as downtown traffic leading up to the football game, again, which kicks off at 3:30. On Saturday. But that pedestrian zone will be in play throughout the weekend, so if you head downtown on Sunday as well. So just want to remind you of all of that before we move on. All right, as promised, let's talk gas prices here for a second. And we had Stephanie Milani on earlier this week from AAA, and she was talking about how gas prices, usually this time of year, head south. And for whatever reason, we've been going in the opposite direction. But right now, things looking maybe a little bit better. Hang on a second. I'm going to show my old age. I'm going to bring my glasses on here for a moment to read the map for you here. But take a look. 280 right now is the average in Knoxville. State average is at 279. That's actually looking a little bit better. We were up in the around 290, 291 earlier. So we're starting to see things starting to drop a bit. Kingsport, Bristol, no read for you there. Morristown, 275. Nashville at 283. So if you're going to be driving around Tennessee, this is how things are shaping up right now as far as gas prices in the area. As a matter of fact, I am going to bring up AAA's website for you right now. This is a great tool if you're going to be traveling. You can check on this real quick and kind of walk through exactly how things are. And we're going to take this full for you here. And darker red, the higher the price is the best way to look at it. Darker the shade of blue, the better off you are. White is pretty much average. Knoxville right now, as you can see here, 284 in Knox County. If you head down to Blount County, you're going to save a few cents at 275. Some other areas around us here, Union County, just over $3 right now, according to AAA. So again, still on the high side there. Jefferson at 274, Cumberland 274. Let's see, if you're heading down toward Chattanooga, McMinn 278. Let's go over here to Hamilton County 273. Again, if you're heading toward the middle of the state, Williamson County at 310 right now. And if you're heading out toward Memphis, Shelby County 281 is the average price. And you can actually click on any of those counties, or you can scroll south here for a moment and kind of get the Tennessee average where we are now at 279, mid-grade 326, premium at 366, diesel at 342. You can see where that compares. It is a little bit of a drop from yesterday, a week ago, a significant drop. And we're getting closer. We're still over where we were a month ago, but we are about where we were a year ago at this time. And then you can even compare and take a look at the different areas. If you are heading up, say, toward Johnson City, the Bristol area, say for the race this weekend, right now you expect to pay about $278 for a tank of regular mid-grade, about 325 per gallon, premium 357 there. So it kind of gives you an idea. If you're heading, we'll go back down here to Nashville and break it down for you. Again, you kind of compare to where they are now, where they have been. So we are seeing prices starting to drop just a little bit, especially for regular. We'll bring back, let's see, there's Chattanooga. We'll bring back Knoxville here for a second. There we go. Knoxville right now, 280 as we mentioned, 281 yesterday, 285 a week ago. A month ago, we were at 273. So still significantly higher than where we were, about 7 cents higher than where we were, say, a month ago. A year ago, we were at 285. So we're better off than we were a year ago, but we're definitely not as well off as we were a month ago. So that's how things are looking in Knoxville right now. Also, I want to see if we can bring this up for you. Let's see. I think we've got. Do we have the? Well, that's the gas prices I just showed you a moment ago. Hannah, remind me where we've got the Gas Buddy on. I know we've got Gas Buddy up here. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, so here we go. Thank you. We've got Gas Buddy plugged in here for you as well. This is on our WAT6, our website, WAT.com, and you can actually pull up Gas Tracker, find the cheapest gas near you. You can go in, take a look at the prices, whether you're heading down Chapman Highway, Alcoa Highway, if you're heading out west, heading north of town, heading east, out Asheville Highway. Break it all down. You can actually click here, the fuel type you're looking for, whether it's premium, mid-grade, regular. Take a look at the time limit here for the next 24 hours. So, that way, if you know if you're heading in a certain direction or if you're just trying to find a better deal on some gasoline, you know where you can go and you can find that. We've got that for you on our website, again, WAT.com right here. So be sure to check that out. That will definitely help you and hopefully maybe even save you a few pennies moving forward. All right, when we come back, we're going to take a look at some projects going on around the area. TDOT's got a few lined up that we want to get you up to date on. Also, we're going to have the latest for you. We'll kind of go back over some of the big issues. Hope, is there something I need to pass along?
Newfound Gap's reopening September 12th.
Oh, they've just announced this. All right, so Newfound Gap, which we just told you about a few moments ago. Newfound Gap Road, we've been showing you some of the work. We said the plan was to have it reopened by the end of the month. They're going to be a little earlier than that. Looks like you said the 12th?
Yeah, that's today.
That is today. So today. So there you go. They've been making a lot of progress. So some good news for you if you're traveling through the park, if you're traveling between Cherokee and Gatlinburg. Some good news for you. That just coming in just a few moments ago?
Yeah,
Just a
got
release?
the email.
Just got the email. So there you go. So the work, they're going to let traffic start moving through there again on Newfound Gap Road. So some big news for those of you that like to spend your time in the mountains. Of course, we're getting to that time where the leaves are going to start changing here soon. There's going to be a lot of traffic there between, again, Cherokee and Gatlinburg up into the mountains. So some good news for you there as we're getting that information just into the 6 Newsroom just a few moments. All right, welcome back, everyone. Bo Williams here in the WAT6 Near Side Newsroom, where you're talking traffic. We've kind of walked you through some of the big events coming up this weekend, some of the things you're going to have to think about as you get ready to hit the roadways. So much going on in East Tennessee this weekend. We took a look at gas prices, getting better. Let's just put it that way. We are expecting prices to continue to keep falling, but still we're higher than we were, say, about a month ago. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but at least we're moving back in the downward direction as far as the average price for a tank of gasoline here in East Tennessee. We do want to talk about how traffic is shaping up right now. Of course, we are expecting a lot of traffic coming into Knoxville for so much going on, and to East Tennessee. Let's bring in, there we go. Whoops, man, I'm all over the place. Here we go with these new buttons. There we go. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about the work ongoing up in the mountains. And of course, a lot of people will be coming in from the Carolinas as well. A lot of Tennessee fans heading over for the game, maybe heading to Bristol. Others heading in for the Rod Run. Again, we are seeing a lot of, you see the red and the yellow here. This is I-40. This is where everything's down to one lane. Traffic is going to be slow. We do have that one camera that TDOT has set up here, which is great, near Hartford. The traffic coming towards you right now, that is what is heading eastbound, and it's not bad at all. But once you get in there and the grade starts to get a little steeper, sometimes these trucks, obviously there's nowhere for them to go, and it's only one lane in both directions. So I've been through there. You can move along just fine and not have any delays, and other times you're going to be at a crawl. Matter of fact, yeah, you might see a snail passing you. It can get that slow. So just kind of think about that. But right now, at least near Hartford, traffic's looking okay. But as we showed you when we brought in the map just a second ago, that things can be a little on the slow side for you. Well, right now, let's see if we can try to get out of the map here for a second. For whatever reason, it's not wanting to cooperate with me. But you can kind of get an idea of how things are shaping up there near the construction where everything starts. All right, let's talk about some projects coming up here for a second. First of all, I-275. Next week, crews are going to continue to work. Now, it's been kind of hit and miss at night. Many times they will shut down some of the ramps to northbound 275 coming off of I-40. Look for that work to continue again next week. So just be prepared. But right now, traffic moving along fine. Don't expect any problems this weekend, especially with the game this weekend. They're going to try to keep flowing in and out of Knoxville. So hopefully everything should be pretty calm as far as I-275. But next week, crews will be back out there working. They're still trying to finish up some details as far as that project is concerned, concerning that bridge replacement on the north and southbound side, both sides there of I-275, just north of the I-40 interchange. But right now, traffic moving along fine. The barrels are off on the shoulder of the roadway. We're not seeing any issues for you there. Also, just a reminder for you, TDOT has been doing a lot of resurfacing work around the area. We've seen some pretty significant backups, especially in the late night hours on I-40 out on the west side, but really this could be on any of the interstates around Knoxville. That's why we pulled in this wide map for you right now. Again, a lot of that you're not going to have to worry about this weekend because of the game day traffic and just a lot of people coming through this area. But look for that next week, especially if you're traveling in the late evening, early morning hours. You could see some lane reductions. But again, we have seen some pretty significant backups, especially around the 8, 9 o'clock hour, even 10 o'clock. In Knoxville, as crews have been working to resurface and take care of some roadway maintenance around the area. No real specifics on which sections of the road they're going to be working on and at what times. You just have to be prepared for it. So it's always good to kind of have a backup plan, maybe a secondary road that you can jump over to in case you come across some of that stopped traffic. Another area we're watching for you, this is in Loudoun County, and there's going to be some work coming up next week. This will start up on Monday the 15th, and will also be happening on Tuesday the 16th. Watch out for some possible lane closures between the hours of 8 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon. This is State Route 444, and it says it's near mile marker 11. So 444, if you're thinking, okay, where is that? That is just south of Lenoir City. So it comes off of 321 here, and it takes you down to Tellico Village. This is 444 right through here. And so you could see some potential lane closures. Crews are going to be working in this area between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday. They're doing some bridge inspection activities along here. So this runs right along the water. You do cross the water in a number of areas. So they'll be doing some bridge inspections. So that's why you need to be prepared for some slow traffic. But again, this is 444, just south of Lenoir City as you come off of 321. It connects 321 and 72. It takes you really from Lenoir City on the south side all the way down through Tellico Village. So that's coming up again on Monday and Tuesday of next week. All right, let's bring the map back in here for a second, and let's see if we can take a look at how traffic is shaping up for you. This afternoon, again, we're expecting some heavy traffic, especially coming into Knoxville. And also we're going to be watching traffic heading up I-81. We checked that earlier. Everything right now looking pretty good heading up toward Bristol. So let's zoom in here for a little bit. We do have a couple of alerts posted. Let's see if we can get these to work. There you go. Heavy traffic for you, 75 northbound in Loudoun County. This is at mile marker 82.6. So we're talking just past Lenoir City as you're approaching the merge there with 75 and I-40. Also I-75 eastbound coming in, still seeing some heavy traffic for you there. This is near the 321 interchange all the way to that merge with I-40 and I-75. So seeing the heavy traffic pretty much expected for you there. Also seeing some reports of heavy traffic downtown. We'll take a look at the alert here. This is I-40. This is downtown. This is right there near Alcoa Highway, 17th Street, those areas, really all the way out to 640, and that is westbound traffic. So some people may be heading out early on this Friday, heading home from work. You've got to get some plans ready for the game or whatever it is you're going to be doing this weekend. So again, just already seeing some heavy traffic for you there. No other alerts, though, being posted right now. Well, let's see. We do have one other over here. Let's zoom in on this. This is going to be on I-40 eastbound. This is in Cocke County, mile marker 442. No lanes are blocked. Just some work going on there, some congestion that's being reported right now, but that is eastbound traffic, so heading up toward where it's going to go down to one lane in both directions. Otherwise, you do have a lot of construction going on around the area. Of course, Alcoa Highway, that will be continuing. We are seeing some delays for you southbound. Alcoa Highway, near Governor John Sevier, heading down toward I.C. King Park. This is where that next phase of the Alcoa Highway project is taking place, so be prepared there for some delays. But let's click on a camera. Let's bring on a TDOT SmartWay camera here for you real quick before we let you go. We're going to zoom in here. We'll head out to West Knoxville because this is where we've been seeing a lot of the slower traffic. We'll go here at I-140 and I-40. And yeah, there's that eastbound traffic on I-40, just past 140 Pellissippi Parkway heading towards Cedar Bluff. And that is what is moving away from us right now. So just know slow traffic for you at this hour. We'll have to continue to watch that. Just be careful if you're going to be heading out here in just a little bit. Just expect slowdowns. And it's going to be like that through the evening as well. You have to think with people coming in for college football. Of course, over here we also have high school football tonight, so just a lot going on and what's going to be a beautiful weekend here in East Tennessee. That's going to wrap things up for us. As always, if you ever have a question, you can always shoot us an email. We'll try to get that answered for you. We can also get you in touch with TDOT if need be. So again, make note of that as well. But again, let us know if you've got issues around your area. We just want to make sure that everything is as smooth as possible for your drive. All right, have yourself a great weekend. Be safe out there, and we'll do this again next Friday.